Too many powerlifters nowadays would be better off not doing heavy singles. Not because heavy singles can't work, I think they are a great tool when used correctly. But that's the issue, many don't use them correctly. Here are the biggest issues I see. I'm going to say heavy singles just for simplicity, but the same rules apply to heavy doubles, heavy triples, whatever top set you're doing. First issue I see is putting too much mentally into our heavy singles. It's real common for me to see in people I coach or powerlifters in general, we get really amped up for our top set. Nothing wrong with that itself. The issue is a bunch of people then burn out afterwards. They don't leave anything for the rest of their work. They don't bring the intensity and intent that is needed to get the most out of our workouts. And this lack of mental effort issue gets compounded when people's singles don't go as well as they want them to. We're all going to have bad days, but people seem especially affected by bad singles versus, say, a bad set of volume work on squats or their bicep curls feeling a little heavy. Regardless of if we have a bad day or not, we're still going to get the most out of our workout when we put in a full effort. Don't put all your mental energy into your singles and let your mood be dictated by how we perform on them. Now, the second point is similar to the last, but instead of putting all our mental energy into the singles, we're putting all our physical energy into them. Now, to a large extent, we're able to control our mental energy with conscious effort, but this doesn't work nearly as well when it comes to the physical side of things. Our muscles can just get fatigued. The singles themselves don't really build strength much, especially for the fatigue they produce. We get the practice of executing a single rep and some mental benefit from experiencing heavier weights, but these are minor boosts though, and once we've maxed out these skills, we're more just maintaining them, not building our baseline strength much. The majority of our increases in strength are going to come from our volume work and accessories where we're building our motor patterns and muscles up. So it makes more sense to emphasize these as much, if not more than our singles physically. We don't want ourselves burned out for the rest of our work after we do a heavy top set. We can solve both this mental and physical energy issue by keeping our singles conservative, somewhere around an RP 6 to 8 or 2 to 4 reps in reserve, about 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max. Each lifter is a bit different, so you'll have to adjust these ranges to you. You can also solve this physical and mental burnout issue by doing fatigue singles. This is where you do your singles after your volume work. It's what I do myself. That way the volume is getting priority, but we still get the benefits of heavy singles at the ends of our workouts. These singles will end up being a bit lighter because of the fatigue from the volume work, but that's just fine. We're still getting the benefits here. Practice executing 1 rep and exposure to a bit heavier weights. That's a certain way to design your program, which brings me to my last point. People designing their programs around heavy singles. You see this more in modern powerlifting programs. Primary days where you have our top sets or singles prioritized are a big thing now. Then on our other days, we're going a bit lighter to ensure that we're recovered well and perform the best on our primary days. Now this can have benefits. If we do a consistent schedule, we can predict what days we're going to be strongest. Then we can schedule this day of the week for when we're going to max out or do a meet. Now the big issue I see here is we're going so light on our other days that we're not getting enough overall stimulus to build our underlying strength. It is short-sighted. We are stronger on these primary days at first because fatigue is lower, but the lower stimulus means that over the long term, we aren't gaining as much strength as we could have. You can still arrange your program so you have primary days that are stronger. Unless you are doing a lift daily, you will have some uneven spacing of rest days, for example. You can make it so you're getting the extra rest day before your primary day. Just whatever you do, don't design your program with the intent of lowering your overall stimulus to emphasize a primary day. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped you use heavy singles a bit smarter in your training. Don't spend all your mental or physical energy on the singles, and don't design your program completely around them at the cost of other factors. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment questions or other topics you want me to cover below, and thanks for watching.